Hey guys, it's Steven here and welcome back to another Chinese smartwatch review, and today we're going to have a look at the Ulefone Uwear. Now well, what's so special about that smartwatch? Actually nothing, except that it's very cheap. It's incredibly cheap. It's below €30 and it looks a lot at the first look like an Apple smartwatch. But well, regarding the design, very nice, also the build quality, but the performance is very limited. So yeah, I will just tell you something about the specs. As always, the shop link is down below in the description, everbuying.net, and you can find it there for a very low price. So it comes with 32 megabytes of RAM and ROM. It's IP65 waterproof. That means you can wash your hands. It won't break down, so it's splash waterproof. And it comes with a 2.5D capacitive touch panel. Unfortunately, the resolution of the display looks really crappy. It's 128 by 128 pixels and the screen size is 1.44 inches. The battery capacity should be 220 mAh and the standby time with that is around 7 days. My real usage time was around 2 days with using it with Bluetooth, and that's a really good thing. It really depends on how many notifications you get, so maybe it's just 1 day, but 1 day should be definitely possible because it's a low power chipset and also the screen is not really high definition. Alright, so that are basically the main specs here from the Ulefone Uwear. As always, link down below, and now I would say let's get directly started and let's do the review. Now as always, what can you find inside of the box? Now, there was no USB cable included, but I think that's because I've received some test sample, because it says there's a USB cable included, but it should be a normal micro USB cable. Then here we have the Ulefone quick starter guide. Now honestly, it's just a sheet of paper in English with a couple of phrases on how to turn on Bluetooth, so really kind of useless. And the last thing you will find in there, it's the watch itself. So let's just go and let's have a look at it. Now the watch itself has incredible nice build quality, so I really love it, but the display resolution is really kind of bad. So you can see the pixels here, and I can even count the pixels if I want to. So it's not some ultra high definition display, but honestly some people don't need that, and for the price it's really okay, because as you can see the chassis of the watch, it's made out of stainless steel. Then if you turn it around here, you see it almost looks like an Apple Watch here from the back side, and there we go. So let's open it up. The fastener, I'll show you it just in a second, but here you can see that stainless steel, that feels like a plastic cap, and you can't remove that. So I tried to remove it, but actually it's glued together and there's a seal inside, because this watch is IP65 waterproof. Now IP65 doesn't mean throw it in a pool. Don't do that. It's not fully waterproof, so it can be waterproof. It will probably resist, but there's also a risk that it will die because it's just IP65. Okay, so here at the bottom, as you can see, Ulefone logo. Now you can't open it up so far. You can, but then it's not waterproof anymore and you really have to almost destroy the watch in order to open it. Okay, now the front side here. So here you can see the display. And the display, it's an TN display, so not some IPS panel or something like that, because if you have a look at the viewing angle, sometimes the black really turns to white and it's hard to catch that on camera, maybe here, but yeah, the colors and everything, it doesn't look really good. And also, yeah, you see how it looks like. You can see it here if you have a look at the font. It's absolutely not high definition, so it's some low-res display, but it does everything you need. Okay. Now that's the silver model. That means we have a silver frame and we have here the black frame around the display. Then here on the right side we have the one and only button, and this is the power button. So basically if you press that, you go back, or you go back here to the main screen which displays the time, or you unlock the screen. Then here we have a little flap, and let me open that up. So there we go. Whoops, my finger's blue from some pen or something like that. And come on, open up. I really need fingernails for that. Oh, I always fail on camera. Alright, there we go, it's now open. And you can see that flap here, so basically there's also a seal inside, which is a really good thing. And in there we have a micro USB port. Micro USB cable should be included, and the watch can be charged in around 18 to 20 minutes. Ulefone says 15, I just stopped and it was around 18. But really then it is full and lasts for a day, so that's really great. So I'm not sure how they do it, but charging is pretty fast. Alright, so power button and the USB port. When you close it, this is kind of annoying. Sometimes it doesn't close, so you have to get the left end here first in, and then you push it back in and then it stays in. So I'm not a huge fan of those flap things, so I actually like those connectors, like magnetic connectors or golden contacts on the backside. I don't know how you call that, but basically without flaps. I hate it. But it's a pretty good solution here on the Ulefone Uwear. Then let's have a look at the strap. Now the strap, it's some rubber material, but it's very, very smooth. If I glide over that, it feels like baby skin. Absolutely nice. So here you can see the fastener. And the fastener, it's also made out of metal. I'm not sure what, I guess aluminum or something like that, CNC milled. And here you can see, for instance, all the holes. So it really fits huge wrists and small wrists. You won't have a problem with that. It even fits my big arms, and they're really massive. And yeah, I would say that's the Ulefone Uwatch. I can now show you how to close the strap. So basically, you first of all close that, and then just go in one of the holes, and then you have to put the strap here through this hole, and this is how it looks like. So some really nice and decent watch. Looks pretty cool, but just keep in mind that the display looks really crappy. So you can see all the pixels here, but except of that, it makes some really nice look actually. So it really looks like an Apple Watch, but as soon as you turn on the display, it looks like a toy watch. Right guys, so the Ulefone Uwear smartwatch is now connected to my S6 Edge, and I forgot something to tell you before. For sure it comes with microphone and speaker on the back side of the watch. So you can also play music, so stream music from your smartphone to the watch, and the speaker quality is really good, as you will hear a bit later. Alright, so it's now connected, but what application do we now use to control it? Well, I've installed the MediaTek Smart Device application. Now, unfortunately, it shows here it's still connecting to the Ulefone, but also it's not compatible with any functions here. It's not MediaTek Smart Device app or something like that, but it does the same job. But you miss all the features you have on some smartwatches with the MTK 2502 or something like that. But there's also a QR code on the smartwatch, and if you scan it, you get the Fundo Companion. I've actually never heard of this application. I've seen it now for the first time, but it seems to be some more fitness application. So you can log in and register, but yeah, you have to get in with WeChat or QQ. Honestly, I have nothing of that. I'm not using it. I'm just a WhatsApp user. Then here you can see home. So basically, the smartwatch has a pedometer included. So if you now start to walk, it will just transfer all that here into the applications. It's some kind of fitness application. If you do sports, you can do that with your watch, and then it will be transferred to the application here. Well, in there, help and services, so you can just download this application and check it out. So for me, there's nothing too special, just some fitness app with some more special features, like also looking for device. You see, it rings now. To sync data with your account, and here Bluetooth services. So basically, what do you want to get, like notifications, and you can also just check out here all apps where you want to get notifications from. That can be personal apps, that can be system apps, and I get my WhatsApp notifications, and the only bad thing is I can't reply from the smartwatch. I can't send voice messages from the smartwatch, so it's basically just some remote notification device with very strong vibration. The vibration is very good. So on some smartwatches, the vibration, you start to not feel it so intense after some time, but on the Ulefone Uwear, the vibration is incredibly strong. Okay, that's regarding Bluetooth services. We have looking for device, we have sync data, and here you have your fitness tracker with different dates, and that's basically it. So we also can switch here between sport and sleeping. Honestly, I'm not using the sleep analyzers. I think it's a total stupid feature, but well, it's nice to have because maybe some people like it. Alright, that's the application. For sure, you can also use some other notification device, but the Ulefone Uwear is designed to work with the Fundo Companion. And now I would say, let's go to the smartwatch and let's explore all the features on the smartwatch and not on the smartphone. So guys, we're now here on the smartwatch itself, and now let me show you all the functions on the smartwatch. Basically, to lock the display or to unlock it, you just press the power button here on the right side. So there is no tap to unlock, so you have to press the button, then it shows the time. There are two clock faces. This is the digital one, shows here the time, the date, the battery level, and the Bluetooth symbol that you're connected. And if you tap here once, you get an analog widget, so an analog clock face. But there are only those two clock faces, so there's nothing else, and this is quite boring. And also the clock face, it looks kind of cheap in my opinion. Now to go to the menu, you just swipe to the left, and here's the first page of the menu. Everything works except of a couple of things, and yeah, it's funny that the dialer is not working for me. So if I just try to call here a number, it says please connect Bluetooth. But I'm connected to Bluetooth because it also fetches the messages in real time. Really, if I get a message, I can just check it out here. So view the message, and there we go. It's now loading. Is that a question? And I can go here to options. I can call the sender. No, but I can't reply. So you can view messages, and you can call the person, so directly from your smartwatch. But you can't, for some reason, reply because, you know, the keyboard, it would make no sense. So I have a smartwatch with such a small screen where you have a keyboard, but honestly, I can't type on it. Okay, the next thing is the phone book. So now it's loading all my contacts from my S6, and there we go. Alright, so as you can see, here are a couple of contacts, and yeah, I don't want to show you all of them, but this works pretty good, and you can also call people directly from the phone book. Then here we have call logs, so missed calls, for instance, it's now loading that. Well, yeah, my mom called me 5 times, and you see it here in the call logs. Then here is the next page, and here we have the QR code. So basically, if you scan that code, you get the Fundo application. You come to all those applications you can download in order to use the watch. You see that button also acts as a back button. We have here the notifier application, so basically in here you can check out all your notifications. And well, somehow this is sometimes stuck, but here the last notification was from the Fundo message, for instance, and if you get a notification it will pop up here, but you can also just check it back in the notify application. Then here's remote capture, and that's a pretty cool thing. So it's now loading. As you can see in the background, the camera of my S6 Edge is now on, and if I move it, you see it streams the picture in real time to the camera. Now on some watches there's some very huge delay. Here it's average. The delay is also like half a second or a second, and that's pretty okay. Now you can capture a picture, so you just go here to capture, and it's now capturing. So that works pretty good, and then you can check out the picture here, but well, if you want to save anything on there, not really possible since the memory is so small. And also there are no applications, so this is no Android Wear, this is just some Bluetooth device which shows you notifications, but it's not really full Android Wear where you can just install also other applications. Then here we have the anti-lost feature. That's pretty cool, so if you look for your phone, hit the OK button, and there we go. Wow, so now my phone is ringing. I hate the tone so much, I need to change it. Phone has been found. Okay, and here we also have the anti-lost feature. So, for instance, if you get out of range, it will vibrate or tell you, hey, don't lose your phone. Alright, then here we have settings. So, common settings, time, date, language. Maybe language is important. So, English, French, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, and I think that's Greek or something like that. Also some more in here, Chinese, and yeah. We also have here, oh my god, that menu, I can't deal with that, my fingers are too fat. We have different wallpapers, and yeah, you can have here a couple of images. That's pretty good to customize it, but I wish there would be more clock faces. That would be absolutely nice. Then here we have the unlocking type, so the analog clock and the digital clock. So whatever you prefer to pop up first. And yeah, motion sensor, it's pretty cool. So you can flip to mute. So if you flip your arm, your wrist, then it mutes the call, and that works pretty good. So the motion sensor is definitely working. And that's, for instance, also flip to mute alarm. And yeah, if you use that, honestly, I don't use it so much because I just use the watches as fashion accessories. Alright, and miscellaneous settings, so the LCD backlight, you can adjust it. Now with that, not on maximum and not some huge timeout, then you can really get through the day, so that shouldn't be a problem. On maximum, it's barely a day if you really get a lot of notifications. So time vibrator is also in there, and that are basically the settings. So we also have here security settings, so regarding phone security. There is something that you can unlock your phone if your smart device is near. Works on my S6 Edge, but I don't like that feature too much. And you can also restore the settings in here. Alright, so as you have seen, we have changed now the wallpaper. Sorry for that rainbow effect on the screen, that's my camera. But it also comes with a calendar, which can be synced with your smartphone. And let me show you that. So if you just tap at one of the dates, it pops up here a little bit bigger. And there we go. We have here alarms. And you can set a lot of different alarms in here, like... Oh my god, getting lots of Facebook. Actually, I didn't set up Facebook to pop up in here because all the notifications you want to get, you have to set them up in the Fundo application, as I've shown you before. Now, the next thing is in calculator. Well, honestly, calculate on the smartwatch, using it is such a pain in the ass. I mean, I type always a wrong digit in there. The next thing is the altimeter. So this basically shows your height. Not working for me. Shows all the time 0 meters above sea level. Well, I'm not really sure how it should work, but maybe it's broken, but I guess there is no sensor inside. I have no idea. The next thing is the sleep monitor. So basically it has a motion sensor inside. So if you start to move while you sleep, it will track that and display the time you slept or display the time you moved. So it will analyze your sleep. I think it's a bullshit feature, but well, if you like it. We have a sedentary reminder. So this basically tells you after some time you can set here, stand up, go outside, don't sit so long because that's bad for your health. We have a pedometer, and the pedometer is really working. So I can hit here the start button. Now, okay, it won't work here like this because you really have to make some movements. And I will now do it, put it on my wrist and show you then the result. Alright fellas, I now counted 20 steps, it shows 19, so close enough, the pedometer is definitely working. You can pause, you can reset, and you can check out here your statistics. And you can also sync that with the application you have seen before. Now well, let's go here to the, I think it's called barometer, so it's air pressure, and it shows here in hectopascal. Atmospheres, and it shows always here 0.0. Well, I have no idea. I think there's no sensor inside, or it's not working. The temperature is also stuck at -5 degrees Celsius, so I have no idea why the application is in there if the watch doesn't support it, or at least I think it doesn't support it. It's really strange. Now here we have Bluetooth, so basically you can power it on, you can rename it, and you can connect to your smartphone, so as on every smartwatch. Here we have the audio player. And I will now try to play back some music. I hope it's not copyright protected, but there we go. And let's hit the play button. Okay, it's Prince P, and there we go. So I think we can adjust the volume here also. Oh man, I think I will get a copyright strike for that, but I will now just try to switch to some different music which is not copyright protected, so please give me a second. Alright guys, so here you can see also one of the notifications. So if you get a notification, it looks like this. For instance, YouTube now playing blah blah blah. You can view the notification or you can cancel it or postpone it. Alright, so yeah, you see here it also shows kilobyte our story, the track name in that application, even though we're just playing here a YouTube movie. So that's a pretty cool implementation. So we can go here to play, and there we go. Oh my god, I always get now a notification when I hit the play button. That's kind of annoying. But what you hear now, it's the speaker from the smartwatch, and this is really loud. It's incredible loud. So I hope we can catch it in the microphone. For sure, this is maximum volume, and it oversteers a lot. You can hear it's really crispy, noisy, but for a smartwatch speaker, which is like that tiny, it performs pretty good in my opinion. You can skip here through the track, and there we go. Oh my god. And here with some bass. That's really not too bad for a smartwatch, which costs €30. Alright, so let's stop it. And you can also pause movies from your smartwatch here, so that works pretty good. Alright, that was the audio player, or basically remote control for your media on your smartphone. We also have, as always, different profiles. General, silent, meeting, so basically the same you have on a smartphone. And that's it, guys. That were basically all the functions and features. It's a little bit customizable, like different wallpapers, different clock faces, just two. So customization is really something I have to say it's bad. It's absolutely not here, actually. Also the applications like the altimeter, like what was the next one, the air pressure level thing there, it's not working at all for me. I can't tell you if it's a software problem. The software will be updatable over USB, so you have micro USB. It should be possible over the computer COM port, flashing it. Yeah, I can't tell you right now if those things are working or if they're just fake. I will leave you a comment down below as soon as I fix that, because I will use the smartwatch now for a time. I mean, it looks really nice when the display's off, but as soon as the display's on, that display here, in my opinion, it looks kind of bad because it changes the color so much. The black tones are not really black from... If somebody else is watching, is looking at your watch, it looks like sometimes the display is white. It's kind of strange. Alright, that's basically it. All in all, a nice smartwatch for the price. I really like the design. It's very basic, so just notifications, but nice design, looks a bit like the Apple Watch. And also the vibration is very strong. So for sports, when I go outside training, shooting, and I get notifications, I want a very strong vibration feedback. And this is something you have on the smartwatch, all along with a very loud speaker, but very limited functions. For the price, I would say definitely okay for a smartwatch, as long as the battery lifetime is at least a day, which it is definitely on the Ulefone Uwear. And you can find it on the link down below in the description. I had a lot of fun testing that little device here, and soon I will bring you a modular smartwatch. It's called the Block Smartwatch. You can check it out on Kickstarter. So there's a lot to come regarding smartwatches, and I'm pretty excited that you guys check this out with me, and thank you so much for your support, guys. You're fucking awesome. Really love you guys. Bye bye. See you in the next one, and have a nice day.